Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another edition of TK's Parking Lot Picks. It is August 25th, Tuesday. We have 10 baseball games to talk about. We're going to go in and jump on into some pitching. A lot of good pitching on the slate, so a lot to talk about here. All right, Garrett Cole, about 9 total, minus 200 favorite. We know the story on Garrett Cole. He generates a lot of strikeouts. He's a 13% swing and strike rate pitcher, so he's generating a lot of swings and misses. Last time out, he had 10 Ks and 6 2/3. He does give up homers because he's given up a homer in every start this year. I thought that was quite interesting. But generally, Garrett Cole's not giving up a lot of runs, and the strikeouts are in plenty. It's just going to be all about what you want to pay for up at the top. I think he's a solid option. Very good cash option. The Braves have a lot of bad hitters in the bottom of the lineup. Acuna does come back today, but he has not been the Acuna of last year. So, but Garrett Cole, he's going to get a lot of strikeouts. You can't argue that. Bieber, 8 total, minus 175 favorite against the Twins tonight. That's a tough matchup. Bieber has given up some homers this year as well. Last time out, he had 11 Ks and gave up no runs on no walks. This guy's got a 1.1 ERA, over 50% ground ball rate, over 18% swing and strike rate. Every advanced analytic is just off the charts. Bieber, best pitcher in baseball right now. You just play. Anytime Bieber's on the slate, just play Bieber. If I'm gonna pick between Bieber and Cole tonight, I'm probably gonna take my boy Shane. There's a slight bias in that because I'm from Cleveland, but you can't go wrong with either one of these pitchers, and both viable in cash. And you're going to see some lineups today that have both in that cash lineup because of how much upside they have at strikeouts. So it's going to eat a lot of salary, but I think both players in one lineup definitely viable. Next up, we got Lucas Giolito. Last time out, he had 13 Ks and 7 strong innings. Giolito started off slow, but that last start is more about what he is about. The 13 Ks, the load hits. He's generated 14% swinging strikes this year, 47% ground ball rate. So, Giolito is another ace on this slate. You can't go wrong with Lucas Giolito. I think he's in a good spot tonight versus the Pirates. All right, next up we got Chris. We're gonna go with Luis Castillo. 8 total. He is a slight underdog. 30% K rate, 57% ground ball rate, 16% swing and strike rate. He's been really unlucky this year. I mean, he does walk himself into some trouble, but a lot of these hits that he's given up are just unfortunate 2-out base hits with runners in scoring position. And eventually he's going to have one of those games just like Lucas Giolito had, where he went 7 strong. No walks, low hits, and like 10 to 12 Ks. Those kind of games is what he's capable of. I think you're going to get a discount in his price. I think you could get a bounce back against the Brewers team. It's going to be it's dominant. I mean, Smoke strikes out a lot. Yelich hasn't been the same this year. You're going to get a lot of righties like Yorko and Manny Pina, and you're just... The lineup doesn't scare you. I think Castillo could be in a great spot tonight to have a big upside game. Really like that spot for GPPs. Brandon Woodruff on the other side is not another bad option. It's an 8 total, minus 110 favorite. Woodruff struggling a little bit this year, but he does have a 53% ground ball rate and only a 30% hard contact rate. The strikeouts are a little down from Woodruff, so he's not generating a lot of swinging strikes. So a team like the Reds that can put the ball in play and they can put the ball over the fence, it makes me a little scared. I kind of favor Castillo in this matchup. Next up, we have Chris Paddock in an 8 total, minus 180 favorite against Seattle. Last time out, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. That's about what Chris Paddock is. I think the price tag lets us gives us that option to play him tonight because you're not paying for too much. He's only generating 4% walks per 9, 43% ground ball rate. He gets hit hard a little bit, and he doesn't generate a lot of swinging strikes. But the Seattle Mariners are definitely not a team that hits 3 homers a game. So unless he gets singled and doubled to death, I think Paddock's in a good spot to have another one of those 6-inning games, maybe a run, a couple walks, and then 5-6 Ks, and he's at value. So I like Paddock for that reason. Next up, we have Adam Wainwright, 9.5 total, -180 favorite. I can't believe I'm talking about Adam Wainwright, but he's made his way back. The former World Series champion. He's had a long, dusty road here as he's gotten older, but he's turned himself into a decent ground ball pitcher. Like I said, he's not generating a lot of Ks, 16%, only 10% swinging strikes. Last time around, he went 7 innings after some early trouble, giving up 2 runs, but he had no walks and 4 Ks. So Wainwright going to be a strong option against Kansas City at home. I see no issues with it. Lastly, I am going to talk about Marco Gonzalez. 8 total, +180 underdog. But last time out, he went 7 innings and 9 Ks. Only gave up a run on 5 hits, no walks. He's going to get the Padres, and I know the Padres been a little bit hot, but this is an 8 total. It tells you what kind of form Seattle's ace is in, and you're going to get him below 6K. I think he's a great play for GPPs tonight. 41% ground ball rate. He's keeping the ball on the ground. This is a big ballpark in San Diego. So I like Marco, and I'm not going to be afraid to pair him with Garrett Cole or Bieber in a GPPs tonight and try to find me a stack that I just love. Moving into hitting, with that being said, best spot on the board, Cleveland. If the Cleveland Indians don't score more than 5 runs tonight against Rich Hill, they may never again this year. I don't know, this is the best spot, but I would understand you not playing it because the Indians' bats have been so bad. I mean, even the hitting coach resigned midway through the year because they're just terrible. And everybody knows how inconsistent they are. They have no outfield production, and it's sad, really. But yeah, with Bieber on the mound and Rich Hill opposing, and if the Indians, it's a hot, humid day here in Cleveland. I mean, it's literally, I'm sticking to my car. If the Indians don't score more than 5 runs tonight, they won't again this year. That's just the spot they're in. They have a lot of switch hitters. They have Franmil Reyes versus a lefty. I hope they don't trot out freaking Domingo Santana anymore. We need to find somebody in the outfield. But anyway, Indians in a good spot versus Hill. I don't mind the Cubs-Tigers game. That's a 9.5 total. It's really close on the odds sheet. Turnbull and Chatwood. I think the Cubs lefties are in a good spot. Rizzo, Ian Happ. Tigers versus Chatwood. I don't mind some of their cheap bats who are hitting consistently. But I wouldn't give the Tigers, if you want to plug the Tigers in with like Cole and Bieber, I think that's a good spot to target. Next up, we got the A's and Rangers, 9 total. A's facing off against Gibson. Rangers, Manaea. Manaea has been terrible this year. Gibson is untrustworthy. He does give up homers from time to time. I do like this game for hitting. Next up, we got White Sox versus Brault. 9 total in Chicago. I like your Eloy Jimenez's and Luis Robert. Jose Abreu, Moncada, Tim Anderson. I think you can easily trot out a White Sox stack tonight. Another big spot I like tonight for cash games is the Cardinals versus Matt Harvey. I don't expect Harvey to make it past the 3rd inning tonight. Harvey absolutely washed. I don't even know why the Royals are even wasting their time. Unless Harvey just shuts me up. But last time we saw Harvey, he was giving up homers left and right for the Angels. So I don't know what this is from the Royals, but I'm gonna play the Cardinals in cash. I think that's the best spot on the board for hitting. Other than the Indians. Moving into some late games, Rockies versus Andy Young and the D-backs versus Marquee. 9.5 total. The D-backs do pretty well against Marquee in their lifetime, but he's been pitching a little bit better. He's been pitching really good away from home. This is a game in Arizona, but the runs can get scored in this ballpark. It's a big ballpark, big outfield. So balls and gaps travel a long way. Triples and doubles happen often in this ballpark. Rockies are a very solid spot. I like, Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, players like that. And then moving into this Giants-Dodgers game in the very late game, Cueto 8-9 with over a 3.5 ERA versus the Dodgers lifetime. He does struggle with some lefties. Dodgers have a lot of good lefties. Corey Seager, Bellinger, Jock Peterson, all guys you can play in your lineup. And then on the Giants side versus Urias, you got players like Flores, Slater, and Donovan Solano. I think those are all good righties that you could really put up against Urias, who had his shortest outing of the year last game. And I think his leash is not long when it comes to him, so you could get the bullpen in this game as well. So, Cardinals, Indians, give me the White Sox, and maybe like the Cubs. Those are my favorite spots to target. But that'll wrap it up for today's MLB slate. Like I said, catch us, like and subscribe to the videos, and always appreciate you joining me. Take care.